Dear students, now we are going to discuss cascade form realization for discrete time systems. Let's start with the steps to be followed in cascade form realization. The first step is to express the given system function as a product of several system functions. Here, the capital H of Z represents the overall system function of the given discrete time system. That is expressed as the product of several system functions h1 of z multiplied with h2 of z till hn of z. Then each of the system function is realized in direct form 2 structure. We have already discussed about this direct form 2 structure in the previous lecture video. You can refer that video for further clarification. Finally, all the structures are connected in series, that is cascaded to get the overall cascade structure of the given system. Let's solve one problem, then you can easily understand this, okay? So here the problem is to find the cascade realization structure of the given LTI discrete time system. So here the system is described using the difference equation y of n minus 1 by 4 y of n minus 1 minus 1 by 8 y of n minus 2, that is equal to x of n plus 3 x of n minus 1 plus 2 x of n minus 2. So here in the solution part, first we have to write the given difference equation as such. Then we are going to take the Z transform on both the sides of this difference equation because we want to get the system function h of z. H of z is nothing but what? The ratio of the Z transform of the output signal to the Z transform of the input signal. Simply we can say the system function is defined as the ratio of y of z to x of z, okay? For that we are going to take the Z transform on both the sides. So here Z transform of y of n is nothing but y of z, capital Y of z minus 1 by 4 Z transform of y of n minus 1 is nothing but z power minus 1 y of z. So here we are using time difference property of the Z transform. In the next term, it is minus 1 by 8. Z transform of y of n minus 2 is nothing but z power minus 2 y of z. That is equal to Z transform of x of n is x of z plus 3 z power minus 1 x of z plus 2 z power minus 2 into x of z. Okay. After that, we are going to take the common terms outside. Y of z as a common term in the left hand side and x of z as a common term in the right hand side. Then we have to move this x of z to this left hand side to make this ratio as y of z by x of z. Then this expression moves to this right hand side as a denominator. Okay. So this is what the system function of the given discrete time system. So here in cascade realization, as we know that the first step is to express the given system function as a product of several system functions. So for that we are going to express this numerator and denominator polynomials as the factored form, that is in its roots. So we are going to find the roots for this numerator and denominator polynomial. So take this numerator 1 plus 3 z power minus 1 plus 2 z power minus 2. This side denominator value as such. And then we are going to find the root values. For this polynomial, its roots are 1 plus z power minus 1, 1 plus 2 z power minus 1. So similarly we can get for this polynomial, we can get that roots are 1 minus 1 by 2 z power minus 1, 1 plus 1 by 4 z power minus 1. Then we can write h of z in terms of factored form like this. So here we can separate this roots like this, 1 plus z power minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 z power minus 1 multiplied with 1 plus 2 z power minus 1 divided by 1 plus 1 by 4 z power minus 1. So consider this as the h1 of z, this is the h2 of z. So the first step is completed, right? So h of z is expressed as a product of several system function. What is the second step? We are going to realize this h1 of z and h2 of z using direct form 2 method. Okay. First, we are going to realize the direct form 2 structure for this h1 of z. So here h1 of z is equal to 1 plus z power minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 z power minus 1. So in direct form 2 structure, the first step is to divide the transfer function into two terms. So here it becomes w1 of z by x1 of z multiplied with y1 of z by w1 of z. So in the next step, we are going to equate this w1 of z by x1 of z is equal to 1 by the denominator value of this transfer function. So here it is 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 z power minus. To cross multiply this, then w1 of z into 1 minus 1 by 2 z power minus 1 w1 of z is equal to x1 of z. From this we can get w1 of z is equal to x1 of z plus 1 by 2 z power minus 1 w1 of z. Consider that as the first equation. So here the input is x1 of z, the output is w1 of z. So next we are going to consider the second term w1 of z, y1 of z by w1 of z is equal to the numerator value, that is 1 plus z power minus 1. Then we can move this w1 of z to this right hand side. Then we can get y1 of z is equal to w1 of z plus z power minus 1 into w1 of z. Consider that as the second equation. So we have two equations 1 and 2. So we are going to draw the direct form 2 structure for these two equations. So let's consider the first equation. In the first equation, x1 of z is the input, w1 of z is the output. So this is what the input side, x1 of z we can consider here. Okay, so here the output is w1 of z. Okay, that can be obtained by adding x1 of z with 1 by 2 z power minus 1 w1 of z. So we are going to take this w1 of z and given to this delay element z power minus 1. So here at this point we can get z power minus 1 into w1 of z. Okay, so that value is multiplied with plus 1 by 2. 2 z power minus 1 w1 of z. So these two are getting added to produce w1 of z. That is the first equation, right? Then we can continue the second equation. What is the second equation? y1 of z is equal to w1 of z plus z power minus 1 w1 of z. So here the w1 of z is the input and y1 of z is the output. So here that value can be obtained by adding w1 of z with z power minus 1 w1 of z. So z power minus 1 w1 of z is already available. In this multiplier we can give the value as 1. So we can get the y1 of z by adding these two values. Okay. So this is the direct form 2 structure for that h1 of z. Similarly we can get h2 of z. So the same way we can split that system function into two terms and equate that input side, that is w2 of z by x2 of z to that denominator, that is 1 by denominator, and equate this y2 of z by w2 of z to that numerator, this 1 plus 2 z power minus 1. For this h2 of z we have obtained two equations, third and fourth. Okay, here the input is x2 of z, intermediate output is w2 of z, and the actual output is y2 of z. Okay, for these two equations 3 and 4 we are going to draw the direct form 2 structure. So here consider the third equation. Here the input is w x2 of z, so x2 of z is there, that is added with this minus 1 by 4 z power minus 1 w2 of z. So here it is the input, means this is the output signal. W2 of Z. That is given to this Z power minus 1. So at this point we can get Z power minus 1 into W2 of Z. That is multiplied with this minus 1 by 4. The same way for this fourth equation, here the output is Y2 of Z. Okay. So this can be obtained by adding these two values. So for this we have W2 of Z in this input side. So here we are going to multiply this value with the multiplier 2. So 2 into Z power minus 1, W2 of Z is here. By adding this 2 we can get Y2 of Z. This is the direct form to structure for the second transfer function. Finally, we are going to cascade this to H1 of Z and H2 of Z to get the overall cascade form realization. So this is the answer.